Welcome to Chipph Tee's Buds Podcast, home of building unique designs.
YouTube, hey man, say man, what it is, what it do. Welcome back to Chipph Tee TV, the Buzz Talk Show, aka Building Unique Desires, aka Chipph Tee TV, aka the Buzz Talk Show with me. That's right, once again, we're back. Hey man, say man, thanks for everybody who's been watching and tapping in, man. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys are watching the entire videos, man, because as we get deeper into the season, as we get more and more cards established, as we get more and more just interactive with you guys, a lot of the stuff that I want to incorporate with you guys and participate with you guys is always going to be like towards the end of the video. Now, with all that being said, just thanks to everybody who's been tuning in, man. I appreciate y'all giving me a like, just watching. If it's inspiring you to build something unique that you desire, that's what it's all about. That's what I want to connect with you guys. So hopefully I'm doing that, and I can tell by you guys' interaction with me. So I appreciate it. Now today we're going to do an update on this Cutlass here. We're going to do an update on this 83 Cutlass. We're going to do an update on this 62 Impala. I wasn't going to show it. I was going to wait till I finished it all out, completed it up. But I said, you know what? Y'all need to see the progression and satisfaction of it. So, I'm going to give y'all that. Then I'm going to give y'all a review of this 63 Impala dedicated to Young Hog. Now, if you don't know who Young Hog is one of the, and I have to put it in this terminology, in this format, because this is just history. This is how it was presented to me when I learned, and so I have to put it in this manner. But Young Hog was one of the first black lowriders to be in the magazine, DVDs, VHS tapes. He was the one back in the early 70s, I'll say late 70s, early 80s, 90s, really pushing the forefront for black lowriding, if that makes sense.
Whoa, yeah, we get cash and we back. See, y'all, we have to take the potato chip bag off the wheels because they could not clear 30 inches. So we'll put it back on the double. That's pretty bad. Hey, that's how Young Hog give it to you.
The reason I explain that to you guys is because lowriding is predominantly something that started in, it's always a debate, but from what I've been able to come up with, talking with Young Hog, just my information, lowriding kind of resembled in East, West Texas, and then California, but a lot of people believe that it's flipped. It started in West Texas. It started in California, and then it began in West Texas and East Texas, way early in the 50s, late in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. So it's kind of always a battle between those two right there, which is, it's always a great talk when I have that conversation with people in person. So with all that being said, man, he's just one of the pioneers that, when I found layitlow.com, I saw his work, or I saw his cars and I didn't even know they were his cars, or I saw lowrider model cars that he built. And then shout out to Pebble Pack. Pebble Pack was always outside with him. So if it was a model car, if it was a car show event going on Crenshaw, he would be outside, and then you would see him hopping his model cars and whatnot, Young Hog commentating and getting it on video. So it was things of that nature. And that's just kind of, I'm already giving you guys the backstory on this car, but pretty much, man, that's who that car is dedicated for. Just one of the public figures, one of the top OG lowriders, one of the huge names when you say Young Hog in the lowrider community, or sometimes even just in the car community, because I know certain people that didn't even like lowriders knew about him. So just whenever you say that type of name, that's a high statue. And then it just rings bells. So it's always good to just kind of keep that alive, in that aspect. So that's why I'm building that 63 Impala. It is dedicated to him. Now, he did have one in his arsenal that was called Soul Power. It kind of looks like this, except for my colors are off just a little bit. Anyhow, we'll get into that in a minute. let's turn this thing around, show you guys this progress on this 1983 Cutlass. See, I converted it to an 83. It was an 85. If you guys know the Revell kit, it is a 85, but I converted mine to an 83. Just to, the replica build is an 83, so do something different. I did one before, but I never finished it all the way out, meaning I never did the actual side moldings. I only did the top. And then there's a few other slight differences. But I'm going to turn this thing around, show you guys, all right? Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. And we back at it like a bad habit. I hope y'all can hear me just okay. We got to check that audio in a little bit. But if you can't, it's okay. You got to see the progress. Now, like I said, this is a replica build, and the real car is a T-top. The real car is an 83. So we did the top. All this was done last night, by the way. We redid the top, though. Simply because I used the wrong trim. I kept overthinking it, guys. Shout out to Chester. I still have the sticky note he wrote for me. He said he wrote down the sticky note while I was at the skating rink. When I came back, it was a sticky note on the table, and it was like, don't overthink it. Let it flow to you. If it don't flow to you, get rid of it, or just walk away. I still have it somewhere. I put it up, but that's some wise words. I keep it around just to remind myself. But in this instant, y'all, I kept overthinking the side of the trim. I kept thinking that it was gonna be too big, it's gonna be too thin, it was gonna be too small. So I finally just said, forget it. I'm gonna use this piece of styrene. Do not quote me on what size this is, but I will get back to you guys very, very soon on what that size is. And then probably make a tutorial so you can try this yourself, right? That only makes sense. So yeah, I pretty much took, this is two pieces right here. I know it looks molded in. I know it looks kind of one. If you look closer, there's a small gap right there. But other than that, we're going to mold all that in and clean it up. But anyhow, ooh, excuse me. Make sure you guys drink your water. Anyhow, as you can see, it's connected to this piece here, the front piece, which I'm just knowing the car in real life, looking at it, this piece is always a little bit, heavier than this actual piece on the side. If you look on the real car, it's actually like on point. So went ahead and just glued that on there. I went ahead and took this first piece, this first styrene from here to here. I kind of made it a little longer, just brought it all the way around that bottom of the window trim, but it's slightly right underneath that trim. So it's not technically on the window trim there. It's like right underneath it, sitting right on that line. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah, it's like sitting right on that line. So I took that, glued it in, and then I took this piece. The good thing about this size of the styrene, it's very flexible, but don't want to bend it too much because you'll snap it, which is what actually happened. So I glued it down and I snapped it right there. And I was like, oh man, because I was going to make this piece my curved piece. But anyhow, I went ahead and glued it in, and I just, kind of took a little fire to it, melted that in and bent it. Now that was unnecessary. Like I say, this is pretty much easy to bend, so you can bend it with no problem. But I took a little fire to it, boom, got that arch in there, and then I took the second piece of styrene and just ran it all the way back into the back trim. This piece was already laid. That piece was already laid. So I already knew where I was gonna, end that second piece, which wasn't, it wasn't hard at all. So as we come around on this side, this is the trouble side. It's always one side with me, y'all, that just gives me issues. And you know what I think it is? I think I rushed the second side. And that's with anything. That's with like wet sanding, doing hinge work, all that. So as you can see, we got to line up this door, but and the other door is pretty much damn near perfect. But anyhow, we've got this side that we need to clean up and mold in. As you can see, it snapped on me right in that, like, right in that little, you see it, in that little pocket? So we got to mold that in, sand that, clean it all up. And then we just did the side trim all in one piece, but we just marked everything, and that's why you kind of see the blue markings. You see it's dirty. It's all type of glue, scratches. Well, not too many scratches, but just like glue, excess glue. Yeah, this is the process. I'm going to get it to you raw and uncut, everybody. I don't want y'all to think I send it out when it looks like how it looks. I mean, y'all going to know. It's my work, so. Everything is pretty much straight on there how it's supposed to be. We do got a little cleaning up to do, but that mold line is pretty much straight down, as well as the back one there. Same thing with the other side, man. Once it's closed all up, boom, straight down, right? That's what we want. So now we just got to do a whole lot of cleaning up on both sides. We did the T-tops last night. I mean, it was already cut, as you guys seen in the earlier segment of this. We already cut the T-tops. We just added the trim. Now we got to add the back pieces here. Clean it all up very, very good. And then we're going to shoot some primer, see how that looks. And then we're going to clean it up again. And then maybe we can lay some paint because this will be black. So I'm nervous because black is a color that's kind of hard to lay, man. You know what I mean? So I definitely think I have it in me to lay the color down correctly. I'm probably going to use a Cratex color, or I'm probably going to use a fingernail polish. The reason I've been using fingernail polish because it works so good. Those are my recent colors. You dig what I'm saying? And then we got the deuce. Yep. So that's it for you guys. I'll see y'all in the next video. This is Progression and Satisfaction, 1983 Cutlass. This is a build off of the True Riders group. I do have a tutorial for the switch plate and the steering wheel too, because the homie thinks that it's 3D printed. I say, well, damn, I'm doing pretty good if he thinks it's 3D printed, because that looks trash. I'll be honest with you. But see, the good thing about these side too, you're not going to see none of this. But we're going to clean it all up regardless, because we just want it to look good. Regardless, we're going to clean all this up. These are the original seats. These are the original seats. Just added the little seat belts, wood grain. You know what I mean? So I'll make a tutorial for you, just for you, dude, so you can see how to do a switch plate. You know what I mean? This steering wheel came from like a 1940s Willys or something like that. So shout out to Detail Junkies for the photo etch. Other than that, all in-house, man. So yeah, man, I'll see y'all in the next video. Stay tuned to see this deuce here, man. Very proud of this deuce so far. Check out these wheels. Check out these wheels. Yeah. See the city style. Check out these wheels. Yep. So I appreciate y'all, man.
When you got the feeling to create, hey man, build something you desire that is unique to you. Welcome to the Buds Podcast.